everyone, we're back.
Welcome back to part 3 of our conversion story back to the Catholic Church.
So this should be the conclusion of our conversion, and then we'll move on to specific studies.
So we found a Catholic conference in Riverside featuring Scott Hahn, put on by the St. Paul Center for Biblical Theology. However,
he got sick. He didn't go. He wasn't able to attend.
Well, I spent the weekend in the hotel room.
Yeah, but I was really excited because I purchased a book by Scott Hahn, and he was there, and he signed the book. I got his autograph. He's a big Catholic apologist, so I was really excited about that. And then we got an email asking if we wanted to enter a drawing to be part of the studio audience as they filmed the DVDs
Of
for
the
us.
Bible and the Virgin Mary.
It was called The Bible and the Virgin Mary. So this is the study. Unfortunately, it had to be retaped because there was background noise.
Yeah, a lot of background noise and buzzing, and so
we didn't actually view this, but we were there to learn a lot, and it was just wonderful to learn about understanding the Virgin Mary and how it works into biblical teaching.
So things were moving on pretty quickly. We were going too deep, too fast. We were like in a plane with no parachute.
Yeah, or in the deep ocean with no oxygen. So we were running into the stigmata, private revelations, that's what they're called. So it was the stigmata.
Yeah, the uncorruptibles.
The uncorruptibles.
The saints where their bodies don't decay or
decompose.
Yeah.
So what else? Oh, all the apparitions of Mary. We were just not understanding it, but we were still there. And then we decided to look into adoration. Mm-hmm. So we looked into adoration. I'm not sure if you know what that is, but that is actually where the Eucharist is put into a monstrance. I don't know if you could see this. It's a picture of a monstrance. So I had never been, I probably saw it when I was a little girl, but I didn't know what it was. So I don't know. I felt like it was idolatry. I know the Eucharist is Christ's body, blood, soul, and divinity. I believe that. I just didn't understand why it was in a monstrance and people were worshiping it. So then we talked about it,
and we left the church.
We left the Catholic Church. So we went back to our Baptist church, and the worship was beautiful. They were singing our song that, I love, Spirit lead me where my trust is without borders. But
then they had communion, and it just was not the same reverence as the Catholics had for it.
The reverence, even throughout the whole service, once we experienced the Catholic Church and we went back, it just wasn't the same. So we found there was I don't know if it's a seminar or a conference, but it was at St. Joseph Communication Center in Covina, and it was called Bringing Back Fallen Away Catholics. So we went to that, and it was about
the authority of the church.
The authority of the church.
I mean, somebody had to tell you what those Bible verses meant, and it really opened our eyes quite a bit. So
yes, so thankfully it was just God sent. Actually, it was God sent in so many ways. So we did return. We returned. We were gone 2 months. We were gone February and March of 2014, and so we went back. Thankfully, Oscar, we made it back in time for him to make his confirmation.
Yeah, I rejoined RCIA and went back to my men's Bible study, and they allowed me to make my confirmation. So
yeah, so we're really, really, back in line. And then I wanted a statue because I was reading more things, and they were saying Catholics should have an image to know that your home is a Catholic home. So
I took her to a statuary, and I thought she was going to get one of those smaller statues like this.
I bought this big giant statue. I wanted this. And
It's made out of cement. I said, are you sure you want them that big? It's like heavy and you're not going to be able to moving it around. It's really heavy.
yeah, and he's remembering when I would take the statues down, putting them up. So he's like, this is not going to be able to easy to put down and put up. There it is. It's beautiful. Because I felt in my heart like, okay, I just felt like God was leading us there. And then I was like, okay, in a year, I'll know in a year. You know, but I did want the statue. So we went ahead and I started a devotion. It's called the Devotion to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. And on the first Saturdays of the month, you go to Mass and you say certain prayers and you go to confession. So where were we? We were in Las Vegas.
Oh, we're in Las Vegas, yeah.
For our wedding anniversary. And it was near the first Saturday's time for my confession. So I went to confession, and one of the things I needed to confess was wanting a new home. So the priest said, well, ask God for your new home. And I had never thought of that. I just thought of asking him to take away the desire. But I came out and I was happy. And
I was upset. I said, that's one of those name and claim it preachers.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bunch of crud. I was really upset. So
I told him I'm going to do it anyway.
Anyway,
So,
all week long, all the scripture was about
expanding your territory.
Expanding your territory and, you know, taking care of what God gives us. Yeah. And the finances. So
what happens, I come home and I'm looking online and I find a place that's on, the name of the street is my mother's first name. So I told him, we have to see this house. So I called the realtor, made an appointment, and Oscar loved the house. That in itself is a miracle.
I did. Walking through the house, I really did enjoy it. I really felt like this could be my home.
Yeah. So anyways, within a week, we were in escrow. It was a 5 week?
Yeah, 5 weeks.
5-week escrow. And our realtor told us it's one of the smoothest escrows she's had. So then I came to realize, like, hey, it's a year. It's a year from our first Eucharist. It was because we got married and received our Eucharist November 24th. And this was November. We closed escrow in the beginning of December. So I was like, oh, wow. I just felt like it was a confirmation from God that he actually, I believe he blessed me with what I had been yearning for years and years and years.
Well, it was a huge blessing for us. So to give back, we started a ministry out of our home. So that's been wonderful too. But
it's been wonderful, but with the pandemic.
Yeah, we've had to cancel everything. So hopefully we'll start again in 22.
And then another miracle that we received was my daughters both went into RCIA and received their sacraments. And that was such a big thing for my mother. She was heartbroken that I was not raising my children Catholic. They would come home from visiting my mom, praying the Hail Mary and making the sign of the cross. And at that time, I would stop that. I would tell them, do not do this. You don't have to make the sign of the cross when you pray. And we don't Hail Mary. So I believe that all those actions just came together. Everything came together and just woven into a beautiful, beautiful
Well, it's a joy
picture.
to embrace the fullness of the faith.
Yes. So we just wanted to make this little YouTube channel because we want to explain how we overcame the obstacles. So our next one, we're going to visit the cemetery. We're going to go and explain the Catholic teaching on having masses said for your family that has your deceased family members. So that's where we're headed next. But anyways.
So we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us.
All right. See you. Bye.